Yo, this shit right here. What's happening, friendly ghost friendlies and non-friendlies? How's everybody doing? So I'm back. And what you know about special councils and super councils? We're back with Asuka 120% final Burning Fest. And I was able to play some matches, a couple days back. I got to play with the friendly, and we got some games in. We went into some practice mode, did some labbing together. It was a fun time. It was probably one of the first Asuka final 120 final matches ever played on the planet Earth. But it was cool, right? It was fun. But one thing that I took away from it outside of the shared tech is the ethos of the game, and that light attacks are a problem. They are a piece of terrorism. They are a problem. They are buff and they dominate most areas in the game. So I'm here to discuss my lab findings, because I went to the lab. It's like I ain't gonna deal with this shit. I'm gonna find a way to deal with it, or this shit is just not gonna be played by me. And so I went to the lab and I found some things out, right? Some very basic things. So super jump is like the safest thing to do. It's the safest thing to do, but it's also like the running away, the escape option. But and that's the best way to do it, because you get invulnerability on a super jump until you double jump or you press an attack button, right? So super jump, that's one option for dealing with oppressive light, crouching lights especially. That is what we're talking about, crouching lights. They are a problem. The next one is just block. Be patient and block. Wait for the pushback. They got about 5 to 7 lights until the pushback kicks in, and then just make sure that they don't cheapen a dash or do something cheeky to try to get in. Make sure that you punish them and make them pay for it, or just make sure that you claim your turn when it's your turn. Don't rush it, because you'll get in a lot more trouble trying to rush it than you would just waiting for that pushback to kick in, right? So just be patient and block. And the last one is commit all the way. Screw all that other shit, man. Get it in. Steal that turn. Hell yeah, just take that turn. You know what? Those are the 3 options. But first, we got to build up to it. So this next topic is about the great equalizer and this game. And to me, I see it being as important to Asuka 120% final, equally important as parrying is to third strike. Now, I feel like it is as equally of an important mechanic to Asuka. So, let's run it down. So in this game, unlike other fighting games where they have trade scenarios, instead of having the ability to poke the poke, the would-be hurt box on your attacks is instead your clash armor property. And that just means that you trade blows and you enter like a clash battle type system where both players gain the ability to instantly cancel out of what they're doing into something else. There are rules to this, but ultimately what this means is whiff punishing isn't all that much of a thing. It is possible, but it's more elevation based, trying to avoid their clash. So despite the fact that whiff punishing isn't as strong in this game, it's still possible. Instead, what we have are clash battles where, again, both players enter the ability to clash and instantly cancel out of what they're doing into something else. Now, the rules to this is normal attacks can be canceled into anything, into another normal attack, regardless of weight. So you could be heavy and you could go down to medium, down to light, or you could just do heavy, doesn't matter. So you could do normal attacks into normal attacks. You can do a normal attack into a dash, forward or back. You do a normal attack into a super jump, or a normal attack into a counter attack. Forward dashes act in the same way as normal attacks. They have free reign to cancel into anything. Super jump is a dead end because you're in the air, you're escaping. The counter attacks are different. Counter attacks can't cancel into another counter attack, nor can they cancel into a dash, nor can they cancel into a super jump. They can only go into normal attacks or a super, and that covers everything. I guess we also throw in that it's worth mentioning that although classes enable you to cancel out of anything instantly, you do not have the ability to cancel out of special moves and supers. Those are full commitment moves. Yeah, those are full commitment moves. Bro, he's just lying. He's just blatantly lying. So with this class system, this is a way for some characters to bypass light attack pressure. But with the class system, this also means the opponent has the ability to cancel out of whatever they're doing as well. So that I'm making a video about what you can do to bypass jab pressure. This class system also enables them to punish you. So this is what I mean by being the great equalizer. You go for a DP. Because of the class system, they are able to cancel out of what they're doing and in a sense bait you into doing something, to committing to something, and let you whiff, then get the full punish off of that. So this is effectively the class system. You can use them as a defensive option in scenarios where you might be chipped out for your blue gauge. You can use this to your advantage. What you need to do is just learn your best class property moves. What the friendly told me that I had some online battles with, there's a code for this game. Not on GameFAQs, I don't know why. There's a code at the boot up of the game. There's a Family Soft logo, the logo that pops up. You want to enter the code down, down, square, up, up, square. You'll get a jingle, and then you get the access to the hitbox, hurtbox display, slow motion, an extra difficulty, an extra alt color for every character, which is like a shadow boxing character. So you want to use this and go into training mode and find your best class property moves, the moves that class early and often, because those are the ones that you can use defensively and to just kind of just juggernaut your way through things. You know, it's pretty cool when you can do it, and it's pretty fun, pretty entertaining. Although we want to punish light attack, crouching light attack, they also benefit from this. Let's go back to counterattacks for a minute, because we said that they can't cancel into other counterattacks or pretty much anything else other than normal attacks and supers. While that is true, there's an exception to the rule, and that is a secret mechanic. There is a secret mechanic that I discovered, rather a secret buff, a point that you can get in every match that allows you to have more cancel windows. Here I come in the name of past Al to rectify the present. Let's talk about this mechanic that I discovered in this game. It's more than likely a glitch, but it allows you to super cancel and do a lot of this other type of stuff. So we mentioned about the counter attacks and how you can't cancel counter attacks into other counter attacks on clash scenarios. That is true, but it is not the whole truth. You can obtain a buff simply by pressing a normal attack button. Originally, I thought that you had to have the normal attack connect. You actually had to go and land a hit, or at least get them to block it or clash with it. However, upon further discovery and delaying uploading this video, I have obtained information that all you need to do is just whiff it. You obtain a buff that allows you to cancel out of counter attacks into anything, just as if it were a normal. Now this also applies to super attacks and special moves. Although not every special move and not every super, it is character specific and move specific. Usually the moves that keep you on the ground, but even then it's not a given. There are some characters who I think they'll just completely miss out, like the gymnastics chick. I haven't been able to find where her super cancel is, nor where her special move cancel window is. It's typically around the first instance of available clash, but for her, I don't think that she has one. Maybe she does, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. I'm learning by the day, by the minute. You know, every time I play the game, I'm learning something different. So that's basically what we're dealing with. You can obtain a buff, but you can also lose this buff. Let's dial it back a bit. So you lose this buff by doing the following things: letting your counter attack move complete itself in where it spins the would-be meter, doing any sort of grab, doing any sort of super move or special, and doing a dash attack. Doing any one of these things will cause the buff to disperse, and you no longer have these extra cancel windows on clash based combat. So you have to keep that in mind when you have it and when you don't. Based on these parameters, you have, you know, this playground to work with. So as long as you never allow the move to complete itself, you never use up the buff, which I guess it's not that big of a deal, because all you have to do is whiff an attack and you get it right back. It's the knowledge that you have to obtain it though that is the key important part. And in a tight match, it may be a big enough factor. You want to keep this in mind when you have it and when you don't have it, because it is a very powerful tool, especially for some characters. Not all characters have good counterattacks, but some have ones that are really complementary to what they want to do and how they can get out of pressure in regarding crouching lights. Some of them just have a very powerful option with this that just complements them very, very, very well. But it also applies to super attacks and special moves, because those also can be used in the same way as if it were a counterattack, because that's all a counterattack really is it gives you the ability to immediately block, cancel, or get out of a block stance and get a move to come out, because otherwise, if you're doing a normal attack, your move won't come out. If you're doing a special move, you get the move to come out. Counterattack is basically just a special move that's more normal, right? So whatever. So yeah, super specials and supers can also be used to have like clash, insane clash capabilities, character specific, but they can also be used in this way. Typically, I think that you want to use this just to get out of block pressure, right? It's typically the best time that I found, at least from trying to like two characters and with this technique. I tried enough in practice, but I haven't actually tried a lot in an actual match. But from the matches that I have played, they seem to be more useful when you're dealing with block pressure and your move is good enough to just go out of block pressure, and you can use that as extra clash armor. You can do some pretty shifty stuff with this, with the special cancels and stuff. And you see, like, you throw out a super fireball. If you delay the cancel slightly after the clash, you can get the fireball to come out and immediately move. So you could, there's some funky stuff in here. And what this really is, what's really the cool thing about it is it's just another layer to the game, where you have another defensive option that can be very, very, very crucial and get you out of situation, and also just make you a force and a threat under any given situation. It's just another layer of the game that you have to dig into. Like I said, I think the class system is like a great unknown, a great equalizer, in that, in a pyramid of the food chain, where crouching lights sit at the top of the food chain, maybe infinite sit in the bottom corner, and like something else sits in the other corner. They all go through the center, and in the center is a gigantic void vortex That is called the class system, where matchups go in, but they don't come out the same way. From that point on, you know, it's up to the fighting game overseers at that point. I just wanted to mention this to y'all and let y'all know what my latest findings have been. Special councils, super councils, and counter attacks councils, using these as defensive options, using these as offensive approach options, and just the overall concept of the class. Normally, the more you learn about a game, the calmer it gets, the more subdued, and I feel like this game is just getting more and more and more chaotic the more that I find out about it. It's pretty fun, pretty tight. So I'm gonna bid y'all further ado. I hope you found this information useful, and like I said, I haven't discovered all the utilities of these findings. I just know that they are there. I found out the utilities for my character's findings, and I think that C is a beast. I thought C was a low tier. Now I think C is just the cream of the crop. I'm not too sure what this means for every character in the game, but I know that there are some characters that it is very fun at the very least to mess around with, and they do have applications where they are useful and where they will be used and reliable. And this game is tight. I'm about to boot up the game and play. I'll catch you on the flip side. May peace be with always. Keep your heads up, deuces, those both, adios, stay cool. If you like this content, be sure to show some love, but always be sure to show that love to the people who matter to you. This is ITL bidding you farewell. Peace, much love, and stay cool. Deuces.
winning battle ends with the victory of Taka. You win.